Late to start, but here we are. And you're immediately going for a Pharah. Honestly, I do that quite a lot. You're never going to kill the Pharah, but it's like, it's definitely good to just get in a face and move around it and get out. As long as you not come into it too much. Like, I like playing like that. Right, where are we? We're mid-fight, so I don't, or we're mid-round, so I don't really know what's going on. Like, at this point, like, back out. You're not in range to boop him. I would literally get in his face, fucking shoot a cliff and boop, and just get out. Unless it's super close range, I don't think it's worth trying to commit somewhere. You can beat the mine. You should be beating this. Like, okay, you should have beat it earlier. I don't know if it would have reached Chris, but like, as soon as you hit the mine to go off, you have the ults to win this side. I would just beat and get on. Like, or get on the point. And then you could be going into the back line, like huge kill. You could have been doing that just a bit earlier, right? If you got the beat off, run into the back line, you're not gonna die. That's okay. You should have definitely committed to that. Maybe there was a call not to commit because you haven't used so many ults. And the thing is, I didn't see where Chris died anyway, so the beat might not have reached him no matter what. Because you were positioned fine. If you were beaten in a way to, like, if you beated from position to hit Chris, it probably would have been, you've been on point, like, on your own, or in range at the moment. Right, at this point, you should know they have Barrage, you should know they have Cease, so you're using Beat for one of those two. I think you're playing scared because of Barrage, which is fine. All you can do right now is like peel for Famines, peel for Reaper. The enemy can Reaper. If they've used Cease and you've lost one, you should just get out. Okay, so now you only have the Barrage to beat for, but you probably know they're coming onto Reaper or coming onto Mines. You should, I mean, if you get beat off at any of them, it's fine. I think beat off on Reaper ult isn't as value because your team can live through that pretty easily otherwise. Like, the only person that can hit is, you know, Bonnie, and but you have 2 shields, you have Sigma Major. There it is. It was a bit late, doesn't matter, it's fine. It is fine. I think you played that fine. But you, in neutral fights now, so since I've been watching basically, you haven't been getting any value in neutral fights. You've just been waiting to beat things. You need to find a way to get value in neutral fights. Whether that be, again, like, trying to get a boop off onto the Hammond before he rolls through your team, like, so he's not built on. Right now, you're gonna lose this fight, right? This is gonna be super messy. You see the Reaper, that's just, yeah, you have to feel for Reaper, I guess. If you wanted to try and clutch it, obviously you have to get off point and start resetting the timer, but it's lost. It's 100% lost at the point.
Score 1-0.
Okay, I didn't see any of the beginning of that game, so I don't have anything to say. But yeah, just try fighting value when you're even if you're waiting to beat, you need to try fighting value anyway, because otherwise it's essentially a 5v6, 4v6, because Chris is feeding his brains out. Okay, so Alex, they're doing the current patch. So Tarnis can't play McCree. Chris doesn't really play Hitscan anyway. Yeah, they're doing the current patch, or the current bans, pardon. And what I'm doing is basically Banana's gonna watch this back and I'm trying to be helpful. So you know they have a Hammond already. You're with your Ana this comp. This comp, you don't leave your Ana. They're not doing. Shooting the Hammond is obviously bad, but I don't think you could have reacted to that. I think you shot like as he got slapped. Yeah, so as long as you don't leave Ana side, you just kill super hard, you're fine. The thing is, I don't like this comp that you're running. I don't like Genji at this point. Brig probably is the pick instead of Lucio. Well, I mean, so like here, even you can still feel like you can still boop the Pharah. I think you could have booped him in time to like stop one direct from hitting poke. You got the kill, huge. Well, I think what you should do there is the Pharah's coming towards you. You had amp, you just start amping speeds and the poke can move around a little bit. If you have the time to try boop him, do that as well. But that happened really fast. Like he got 3 directs off really fast. See, now they have Brig as well. I think you're going to have a lot of trouble outvaluing their Brig. Because there's nothing for you to peel for now. Like now you're sitting with an Ana, which, okay, that's fine, but the only thing that you're protecting Ana from is like Pharah. I don't think Lucio's going to get much value from here on. See, now you know you don't, you know you don't sit with Ana, you're just walking around. They're not pushing icons, you can't get a boost. Feeling for the Reaper, good. You should know that they have ults now, and now you should just be looking for the ult. See what you can pick away. That Pharah's gonna burn. Okay, they Reaper ult in the room. It gets no value. You've left both of them die. Don't think it would have mattered if you were with them or not. That's fine. But again, like, you need to beat and get off this character. Lucio's not gonna have value. I wonder if you could have beat it in that fight. Like, they have a lot of ults that you probably want to save it for. I don't think you had it immediately when they use C's. You have Beat Blade now. Beat Blade is fine. If you try to get that off, it's fine. But yeah, as I say, for me, it's beat and get off Lucio and play Brig. I don't know if that's what the team wants, but it's just not going to get value. Okay, beat early, they can't barrage straight away. Huge. That's safe, okay. Okay, you're capped with a little fight, that's really good. And now you know Pharah's going to try touch with like Pharah's going to be pressured into use the barrage. It should be super easy to kill the Pharah from the barrage. They have a Hammond, like, okay, huge. Thinking about it, you could have, I mean, you were watching main and Bonnie was watching the right. The right's the quicker path to point, I think. I'm not sure actually. In my mind, the right is a quicker path to point, so I would want to be on that path. Oh, I wonder if it is quicker. I don't know, I mean, on Lucio, you're a really good character, but obviously some people to get to point compared to other characters. So you want to be just where you think people are going to come from. I genuinely have no idea which way is quicker for them. But just try to be on the quickest side for it gets them the quickest side for them to reach point.
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
They have a Tracer now, so you can be more useful. That's huge. Thought you're dead. You should. There's no reason for you to die to that. You know they have Punisher. You know he's going to be on fire. You know he's going to be spam the string. You just need to be aware of it. Be on the wall. Because now you lose this fight, and you lose this fight, and you just should be expecting them to spam like this. Yeah, you get the point, which is fine. Chris has gone Reaper. I'm worried now that no, Reaper's fine. Like, what is the Hammond Reaper's fine, I guess. I think I'd rather play Sombra. And now poke being on Ana's just kind of, it's just not useful. I don't know. This comp is super weird. I think you're kind of lost. Okay, heal for Ana. Okay, now that the okay, focus on. I don't know, Poke needs to get off more, you need to get more, I think. I was gonna say now that when the Winston and the Tracer dies, you can be a bit more free, I think. Because if a Hammond spams Anna, like, he's either dead to the power rocket and you can't do anything about it, or you've got time to react to like a Hammond spam and shoot. I don't think you need to sit with Anna. If the Winston and Tracer are dead. Obviously, you know, Farah came in and like, two-shot poke, whatever. But that's whatever, that's not new. They have Reaper now. Your job doesn't change, sit with Anna. You're doing really well actually. You're sitting close to Omega, which is good, but I think on this map, I'd rather sit on stairs than in the back point. That's probably preference. Maybe Poke probably wants to be at the back of that map, that sideline. Oh, they barraged and killed everyone, and there's not much you can do about that. Having no D.Va is really unfortunate. I guess, like, it's probably worth for Bonnie to save Bubble. I don't know how much of that. I don't know if he did or, you know, Bonnie should be saving Bubble there, I think. You're right allowed to point this pretty fast. It can be faster. When I scrim, I fucking walk the point. I'm just not in my head, and I just end up walking the point, you know what I mean? But just try to be as fast as you can. I think there's... I wonder if Brig is still the play here though. Okay, you're on Lich and Moira now. That's way better. I'm way happy with this card. Again, think about what you can use beat for. It has been an entire round you haven't used a beat. If you had used one in the fight you got it, assuming if it was ideally not, you would have had a second one by now. They've had 2 mines, and you'll probably get a beat in every 1.5 mines, right? But in the what's happened is they've had 2 mines and you had 1 beat because you just haven't used it. Like, you're looking for an opportunity to use it, but it's dive be dive. There's not going to be a perfect opportunity. Use it to give your teammates health and allow them to get the fucking like. See now what you did is you beat it for 4 people. You beat it for 4 people and neither of them were tanks. So it's you're not going to find like there's just one of these steps options. You moved them away from yourself. There was no one. I don't like what just happened. It didn't matter what. From where you're positioned, like, it almost moves them into your team, like, that's where your team would be, but they weren't there, and you knew they weren't there, like, you just about just have me fucking anxious. Yeah, so in this comp, you are, like, free to do whatever. Now that you have a Moira, you get ready to feel for Moira when he uses Fade, you know that already. Be in range of tanks for faster healing, but other than that, you'll just shoot. When Hammond commits with an ability, when Winston commits, get a roof off. But otherwise, you are just shooting people and trying to do damage, trying to get killed. See, you're already so close to another beat as well. You've built this beat so fast, but you've still only got 1 beat in a round. You know, you're capable of building them super fast. Your aim is really good. You're getting a lot of heals off, but you aren't using them. And that's really unfortunate. You beat it from high up. If you touched the ground and beat it there, you would have still died. Like Hammond would have still rolled into you. But in general, don't beat from high up. It's just more opportunity to die. I feel like 90% of the times when beats get cancelled, it's just from high up. Yeah, and you lost. That's fine. The enemy team are gonna have a really nice time kind of with this patch, especially on Koth, especially on Oasis. Like it's probably the best fire map.
Ready for battle.
You get loads of neutral value, like 100%. Your neutral value is really good. Like your aim is good. You're doing what you need to do. You're peeling well. I think you could probably get boops off on tanks a little bit better. Like when I remember a fight where they pushed you into your spawn in the mini room and towards your spawn. And I think you booped a little bit late, like the Winston used a jump, and you maybe 2 seconds after you used boop. I don't remember the details of the fight. It's just fucking happened. But just as soon as that Winston like touches, or as soon as he presses jump, try and boop him as soon as possible, and just get him away from Yana, because he might be able to get like. If it's 2 seconds late, he gets 2 seconds worth of damage. Well, that's 120 damage, and it could just be 0. Obviously, that's a really unique scenario. I don't think it happens the way I've just described it, but just try to get the boops off as soon as possible. I'm still not sure if Lucio's even the pick there, though. In the Moira comp, 100% it's the pick. You get loads of value. But I think, especially on second point, I would have just wanted a Brig. With the Ana, I don't know. I think Brig just gets more value. You play like Tracer Genji. In my eyes, you could have been playing Tracer Sombra, but Reaper's also fine. I just don't like the Genji. The Genji into like Perma Pharah, Winston Hammond. I don't know. I just don't like it. And now it's Havana, so you actually have to get off Lucio. Unlucky.
Initiating match.
Right, so what is it? There's no BAP. Ana Zen might actually be a comp here. Because you guys aren't going to play Mercy. I don't like Lucian Havana at all. It just doesn't feel like a good map. You could probably get away with it if you play like the meta stuff, but it does not feel like a good map.
Ready for battle.
Look after yourself out there.
Greeting.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Ana, they all thought you were dead.
Well, I had to come back. I was worried you'd get bored, not being able to stick your nose in my business.
Oh, you might play Mercy.
Damage output increased.
Yeah, I think I'll go watch the Pokoni Mercy. Jesus Christ.
5, 4, 3.
I don't know that I can give you any tips on Zen. My Zen is fucking dreadful. I mean I can, because I'm just a mega brain genius, so I'm also watching talk, but if you want to skip this, then I wouldn't mind it. Ah, don't want it. They might be subbing me. They better not sub me in because they're playing Mercy. I better not be the Mercy specialist. Okay.
Traveling to Havana.
I mean, yeah, obviously I don't play Zen at all, so anything that I say for this map is quite irrelevant. But I think I can probably comment about all use and stuff.
ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Alright.
5, 4, 3, behind my back. 1. Attackers
Right, you are losing this fight. Oh, they subbed out Punisher,
stop the payload.
Use your heads out.
which I don't think I'm a fan on. Whatever, fan of. I think they should sub fight Punisher. No, I know it's good smash now, but I think you can still get that. There's no Widow, like. Yeah, they should. That's cool. Why am I watching Lola? Oh, you're on Moira. Oh, comment on the Moira. You can throw more damage over to this comp. Like, you're not healing intensive, so you can throw some damage over. The way that I would weigh it up is either, obviously, if you can kill someone, obviously chucking damage over them. But also just ult charge wise, if you're gonna get more ult charge off the damage, or like if there's not much healing to do, then just use the damage. Yeah, this isn't a super healing intensive comp. You definitely can get away with it. I would throw damage orb out immediately. They don't have a D.Va. You would be like 2 seconds away from having another orb now if you throw damage orb when they was damage orb. And like you've just thrown a healing orb at a power that was going to ult, which like, I understand the sentiment behind, but I don't think that's what that's going to do like 50 healing for a power, and the power probably dies in barraging.
This is not your time.
Okay, general things to talk about. Yeah, throw a damage orb at the beginning of the fight. Go forward, throw a damage orb like they don't have a D.Va. The reason that you don't do that usually is because there's a D.Va, but you can absolutely get away with getting an early damage orb off. I say go forward. You don't obviously don't want to get it if you can get away with it without them speeding on you. Like obviously wouldn't do it now. You can throw a damage orb on it. They've just shielded. Throw a damage orb. You got another 4 seconds. The fight hasn't even started. I would save it now. You should throw that damage orb behind you or to the left, not into them. Like, you have the time to turn around. You're too long in the die. So it's gonna get like another 100, 200 healing. If you take the time to turn. I think it's worth, you know, I mean, get the max value. You should chase that Reaper, like, don't ignore that Reaper. Oh, I guess. I think that's what he was getting frozen. He was getting frozen and Poe could res. I don't know. You did the right thing. Reaper died anyway, he staggered for it. Go forward, look for a damage orb. You don't have ult, just go forward, look for a damage orb. Even if you're walking top right, like, you've just thrown it, but that's not going to go anywhere, right? I would have walked top right and just bounced it around the corner and stuff down. They didn't go top right, but that's what you want to look for. They don't look good. So, I wouldn't want to fade. I don't think you need to fade. The power is fine. Yeah, when you just faded, you covered maybe like 2 meters or something. If you, the time it takes for the charge to happen, or the time it takes for the fade animations to happen, you will have walked forward and been able to hold your heal. Just try hold on to fade for as long as possible. Like use it when you absolutely need to use it. Either when you're really weak, or if you're going to get stunned or something. Don't throw it away. It's such an important one. You're going to damage over Coalesce and try beam the Moira or the Ashe. That's probably going to play out. Beaming the Mercy is fine, like the Power Mercy. I think it's more value to just being the backline. If you being the backline, you're being the tank. Yeah. I mean, that's preference. You don't have a comp that can help you if you're being the Mercy, so it's just not really worth it. Again, right now, go forward, you get damage job off on the door. Damage job in the fire, like, it's not going to hit him. It's just not going to hit him. Every now and then it's going to do maybe like 20-30 damage, but compared to getting it off on a tank. So they have a hub now. It's super easy to stay alive on Moira against Talon, as long as you use your ability as well. It's super easy. You were in your team there, so you probably don't need to use fades. If you're a bit more isolated, you're going to take damage, like use fade and get out. Or there you'll find just healing for Save Coalesce for Cease. I was going to say, it's like a fake, but you can still take it. One is Cease for all four. I don't know how you didn't build Coalesce in time though. I'd have to watch that back, but I think at the start of the fight you were like 80 on Coalesce. And it took about 20 seconds, you didn't build Coalesce. You should just be looking, like, if you're that close and it's, you know, you're that close to capping the point, you should be looking to build full charge.
This is my will.
I don't know, honestly, I thought you would get it like by doing passive, whatever. Just by like healing and throwing off and whatever. Didn't happen, so. No, you don't have these Coalesce, which kind of suck. You have... you have our Coalesce. Demon Nash is really good. You get the kill, you get shattered, that's not your fault. Okay, when you faded there, it would have definitely been possible to fade forward and stay with your tank. I think Reaper was cut off behind you, but that doesn't matter. You could have definitely stayed at your tank there. I didn't see how Bonnie died. I don't know if it was because you weren't with him. But you know, there's always a chance. I mean, that's an important thing in general. Like, think where you're going to fade. Oh, I would be dying. Just to wait. See now you're really close to a Coalesce, close to damage orbs, and just get Coalesce. You've just got a damage orb. If the fight is not starting, throw one, try get draw. Fire, listen to me.
That's much better.
Okay, you've got it, like, you've got these Coalesce, you start beaming someone. That was huge. I think you backed off because you knew the chest, that was pretty good. You still need to beam, like, beam something. Huge. I don't like how long you waited to heal back to there. I think when you were beaming the Mercy, you could have ignored the Mercy and started beaming Santa. Like, from your team's perspective, you just beamed and ran into their team. It was huge to begin with, like, you killed 2 people, that was huge. But from then on, like, you're trying to DPS that whole thing. And Banner was, you know, slammed by Ham and Crystal behind you. You know, you're safe in that fight, you've got the kill to win that fight. At that point, you know, the only way you lose that fight is by getting picked off. How do you get picked off? By misadvantage and getting killed. Fade out the mail. You can't keep on it there. I try and score the Tracer, yeah. In like an overtime fight, Moira is really good for the Tracer. Like, it's just guaranteed damage on her. She has a really small hair pool. Health pool, pardon.
Score Sector 3. Switching sides.
And Poke, in our chat, Poke had just said, teach you some Mercy.
Initiating match.
Because he was playing Mercy at the beginning. But I do not want to spectate Mercy gameplay. Jesus Christ.
Ready for battle.
I don't know if... It's a lot harder reviewing something as it's happening. I don't have the time to fucking pause and gather my thoughts.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Okay. Looking back at what happened in that round. Bear in mind when you're DPS coalescing, just have an eye out for your teammates. Because it is, you know, Coalesce does a lot of healing, and again, like, you were carrying that fight, that Coalesce was 100% carrying the fight, but you almost threw at the same time by just not helping Banter. You can do both.
One. Attackers incoming.
Guaranteeing the kill on the Mercy is not as important
Stop
as
the payload.
keeping Mr. Banter up when you've already got the 2 picks. And then yeah, the other thing, right, in this comp where there's no D.Va, you're more free to try out Nashville. Alright, 30 seconds and you're halfway to all, that's pretty good. Yeah, there's not much for you to do in this comp, like, it's hard for your tanks to die, you don't need to even give them loads of attention, because they don't have like direct pressure on them. I don't know, their comp doesn't do much good. I don't know, it's hard to say, your comp feels really nice against their comp. And then now they're playing Hammond Hog, I don't know if it's very... Fade to the farm, good. You should have thrown your healing orb and walked with it, there's no reason not to. Fade on the slam, throw the healing orb, and then start shooting the Hammond. Just for maximum healing. Like, you might still die there if he tracks really well, but it's your best chance. I would wait for Cease with this Coalesce. I think you've got time to wait. Bonnie's building that Cease really fast. Yeah, just wait till you get Cease and then start beaming. Again, there's an Ana for you to beam. If it's with a Cease, I think beaming Mercy is fine. That you can somewhat easily kill her on your own. I would just Cease this. Yeah, Bonnie is now just you're waiting on nothing. This damage orb was really questionable, or so they bounce and they nano, so you can no longer kill the Pharah Mercy. At that point, so you stop being DPS and you start making more attention. I think you waited too long to use the ult. The DPS value of the ult kind of disappeared because you waited too long, and then it became, when you used it, it became better as a healing ult. Does that make sense?
Never stop fighting for what you believe.
You're on Ana now, which is way better. Obviously, they have Hammond Hog. Ana's really nice.
Get back in the fight. Lights out.
Usually, I don't think your team will be able to kill him. Really close. Maybe if one more person had come along, then you would be able to. Right. In Ana tips, here we go. Don't waste your sleep like that, holy Christ. Okay, so I was just going to say, you need your abilities for both of their tanks. All of your abilities are good against both of the tanks that they have, like obviously, I don't think they hold good sleep. Anti-R against Hog, and then sleep is super nice against Hammond. I don't think you had sleep time for that Hammond when he slammed you, because you threw it out at the beginning of the fight to try and get a random sleep on a Reaper that you might not be able to kill.
Thank you,
Like,
Angela.
against this comp, you need to save your abilities.
You're going to be okay.
Save the anti for either yourself and Hammond slams. Get it off on the hog if you sleep in there, if he's gonna heal, whatever. I body dodged it there for kind of fell apart after that. I don't think you played that particularly badly, like you missed an ability at the beginning, but everyone does that, it's not a problem.
I require healing.
My team still needs me. Group up at my position.
Okay. You know they have toggles. You'll assume they have barrage, they don't have barrage, but assume they do. You need to save sleep for one of those. If I were you, I'd want to play super far back and just look out for the Pharah. You're gonna get mined though, I think. I think that you're gonna lose this fight because he's just gonna mine onto me.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay, so I was just about to say you don't have a good nano target, so you can probably nano the Orisa there when you get whole hog. But with that said, he might still die to the whole hog. I don't think he would actually. I think he'd be able to survive it. But also you have the nano brush to save for. I don't know how much Banner got done with that nano, but I think it might have been worth keeping it for the barrage. I'm not sure. Why have I swapped to poke? I've touched that by accident.
For your safety, please move behind the barrier.
Save your abilities, so you need to get it off. Keep sleep.
Special attack.
You're playing so really well.
Go. I should be here.
Chris is weak. I think going for that seems fine. There's no problem going for that. It's weird when you're going for shots on the Pharah. It's very obvious that it's difficult to. I mean, I'm the exact same. It's obviously very difficult to move from shooting the Pharah to dealing with your team, to dealing with the Hammond or whatever. Like looking around all over the place, and in that fight, like watching you, it was noticeable that was difficult.
Hello.
I don't like getting damage off on the Pharah in that messy fight. You're not getting the kill. Obviously, if you got the kill, it would look super huge in Night Sport, like it just wasn't. If you're like Pewds right now is shooting the Pharah because he's under no pressure at all. But in that fight, when it's super messy, to me, I don't like looking around and looking around shit. I don't know. I think that's a playstyle thing, though. With that said, I think that's playstyle. Like getting shots off from here, brilliant, because you're under no pressure at all, and your team's under no pressure. And at the beginning of the fight as well, you have the liberty of doing the same thing. I don't like doing it in the middle of the fight.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay. That wasn't your fault. You got fanned at the same time. I didn't see where the Reaper came from. I don't know what happened with the barrage as well. Like you nanoed the Pharah and the barrage didn't happen. Okay. Alright, what to take away? Because once again I've been talking non-stop about nothing. Save your abilities against Spacker comps.
Switching sides.
I hate going for sleeps at the beginning of a fight. I just don't like it.
Initiating match.
Yeah, I just don't think it's value at all, because the off chance that you might hit a sleep, even if it's 50-50 to hit the sleep, the person probably doesn't die. And then there's like a big chance that they just capitalize that that like you don't have a sleep. Like Dryblet is 100% gonna think he's just used sleep, and he's gonna play differently in that fight.
Ready for battle.
I don't know. I think you played well for the most part. Again, I don't like shooting at Pharah's mid-fight because it literally just discombobulates me. And it looked like that happened to you, but it was a super messy fight and they have a super messy comp. Again, it's playstyle, I guess. It looked like you didn't have any decisive... I don't know how things were in comms, but it didn't look like you had a... like, decisive decisions on Nano in someone. In the last fight, obviously, there was a call to Nano Pharah, and that happened, and that was good. But... I feel like for the rest of the game, I didn't see any kind of coordination from Nano's side. But again, honestly, you don't have good nano soldiers too. It's kind of difficult to say. Alright, run the Lucio. They've just rezzed, you didn't stop the res, and that's your fault. So obviously you saw, like, you pushed forwards, your whole team was pushing forward, that's nice, but if you get a kill, that's your cue to kind of slow down. And just stop res. There's a Hammond behind now, and you know your job is to just try to pick the Hammond, get off the team, you're off to everyone from there. The enemy team comp is so weird, you should be able to play a lot more aggressively. I feel like your team as a whole should play more aggressively against the comp. D9. So again, like, you've won this fight, look for the res. Like, the only way they turn that around is if they res and they get a lucky pick or something. It's not likely, but that's how those fights can turn around. And if the res happens, it's your fault. Oh, that wall was so good. Your team would have been very, very annoying. Alright, what are you looking to beat? You're looking to beat mines. If the male happens, you have to beat it over time. You have to beat it over time. They've mines as well. Okay, you get it off. That was... You get it off and that was huge. It was really close. Because you weren't in a position to beat it. I feel like you weren't in a position to beat it, and it would have been very likely that they got a kill there. Just try to be in the position. You kind of had to walk around a little bit.
Activating the barrier.
It didn't matter, but that's the kind of thing that can matter, I think.
Coalescence is almost ready.
Alright, you're looking to boop a Reaper ult. Which is honestly... Reaper ult's really on that turn, as long as you're not booping him into your team. We've all booped the Reaper ult into our team, but like... It's pretty easy to get the boop off it. You've just used boop, he's gonna do it now. Okay, he doesn't. He does, he's just... They have bongo and they're just gonna wait for their bongo. Oh no, okay. Dryblet is just stuck there. Okay. You pushed that really far. Good. I don't think you played that last fight particularly differently. I don't think there's anything else you can do. I didn't like the boop on the Reaper. You booped him and he faded, Obviously, if he walks into your team with Fade, your team are gonna kill him. He's not gonna get the ult off. But I don't know. I just want to be super conservative with using Boop. Obviously you never have to be conservative with Boop normally. It's just such a quick cooldown. But knowing they have the Reaper ult, I would want to be really conservative with it.
Ready for battle.
I'm commenting over like fucking an hour of scrims, and what I'm saying could probably be summed up in 2 minutes.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
That's okay. This gives me something to do, and I don't playing in scrims isn't as fun with my broken friends. I actually don't mind doing it.
Upon you. Your support has arrived.
It's going to be really hard for you to get antis off. I wonder if positioning top left is worth. No, if you're holding it. Maybe you actually. I think you might be able to position top left. Probably your mindset is that they might run. Well, they might run like Hammer or something. You get spammed out. Playing these tanks is fine. They get the anti off and they push the tanks or whatever. I think you antied someone as well. We just don't know.
Science will reveal the truth.
I think Anna's the picker. I don't think you need to switch. They got an anti. I'm pretty sure you got an anti as well. It just came like half a second after this. Alright, throw the damage orbs a bit early. That's not going to bounce on anything, I don't think. That's going to get like 10%. Now you just holding it, doing Moira. Bonnie's gonna die. Walk away. Okay, he's fine. I don't like damage over there. They're gonna push in a second, and you might not have the throw when you push. You've got it in 2 seconds, and Bonnie's gonna die. Okay, good. But you know what I mean? Like it's such a short, like a short window. Bonnie just might have died there. Like you already got the greedy damage over. I don't think you need to go for a second. But you have your ult, that's fine. That's kind of, I mean that's like a good way of looking at it. Like throwing a damage orb is greedy. And being greedy is good sometimes, but just don't get too ahead of yourself. Right. If I were your team, I would want to drop. Right, Lolox deserves to get flamed for that. Because I think the way your team just pushed in was really awkward. I was gonna say if I were your team, I would want to use I'd want to go for a dry fight and touch the second, like just use no ults and hopefully they just want it. Like they might use the mail there. You had those touch early, like I mean that's fine. You had loads of ults, and catching them with the barrage on that point instead of the end of that point is probably better. But I don't think your team were very coordinated when you dropped and used ults.
Show how it's done.
Like you coalesced a couple of seconds before anything else happened. It felt kind of weird sometimes. Alright, Brussix left. Is Tarnis back in? Or are the scrims falling apart? It's been 3 maps already, I think, actually. Yeah, it's falling apart, okay. I'm not gonna leave yet because I don't know if maybe it's still. I've been subbed in. Jesus Christ. Well, that's that. Hello.
It's Matt.
Hello, hello.
So,
What's happening?
Hi, Hotel.
Brussick had to go,
well,
and Joe was tired.
Yeah, Joe was really tired, so what we're going to do, we're going to put you and Bernard on support, Poke can play the Doomfist, and Tarnus is going to play Devil
Wait,
DPS.
Is it worth calling the scrim off? I don't mind playing, but...
No, let's play
Poke
this
is
one.
technically our flex
let's
player,
play.
and I think we just need a little bit of practice, like with the double
I
shield
want to
stuff.
keep playing because we're currently 1-1.
I played Doom. Yeah, we need to scrim.
That's... I don't care. It's fine.